She never developed enough penile skin to create a vagina.
I think it's pretty good considering, right?
I think it's really good. It's a pretty vagina.
I'm going to send this picture that I just took over to him.
Overnight, my vagina just changed.
So this is the recap of the season before, because we're going to look at the revision surgery now. So anyway, they're recapping because this has happened now in season 6. So it's funny how they knew how to end season 5 with mostly like the surgery, and then now season 6 is like the revision or whatever. They plan ahead for these kind of things, right? But all right, let's go ahead and get back into it.
Want that last stitch to pop in and everything will just go.
We need to intervene. Skin graft, resuture it, something.
Not the way it was supposed to be.
Are you nervous this morning, Dad, about your ablation surgery?
Nobody likes to have catheters stuck up their groin into their...
So this was when the father had the heart surgery and everything.
As I originally thought she would be.
Jazz was still born the same way you were born. And if that is the case, then yes, you are gay.
Get off the phone, bro.
I don't know what this means for our relationship. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not ready to commit to something fully.
Do you want to break up?
Healing is coming along, but it doesn't look like what I wanted to see. It's going to require another skin graft.
I knew it was going to be a long process, but this news is just really devastating.
And we also saw on the live, guys. So, we go live. We're going back live again on Wednesday, the 8th. But on the last live, we talked about Jazz's relationship with Amir and everything like that. So, and the whole situation with the mom. So anyway, season 6 starts with getting prepped for the revision surgery and all of that.
You in pain? Oh, she's in pain.
What hurts?
What's bothering you? Get the nurse in.
We get a nurse in here?
We need a nurse now.
Histrionic behavior. Okay, so they started off dramatic with us, guys, and that's, fine, that's good. We can keep that in to wake everybody up and really get into it, right? So if you are new here, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe on this channel. We've been going through just the reality of this whole Jazz Jennings existence, which really is the general existence of transgenderism and all of that stuff that's been going on. Really, we look at things in through a psychological medical lens, and we go live, we talk about it, we have fun. It's a really good diverse conversation. So yeah, just if you're new here again, you might want to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the like button, the notification bell. Thank you always for watching. Now, I just, I don't want to spoiler alert, but I've that type of breathing thing would not cause the monitors to go off, just so you know. Okay, I hate, she starts to, do this hyperventilate, the monitors wouldn't go off because of that, just so you know. Okay, all right.
You were young. We love you. Happy 21st birthday.
Amen to that. Cheers. He's the man.
Cheers.
Huge beast. Cheers.
Of course, everyone is drinking right now. And because I'm the only underage one, I'm not allowed to drink, but I'm just enjoying my life sober while everyone else here is getting crazy.
Not sure why Jazz can't drink. Jazz is, having full on male to female surgeries, which obviously we know that doesn't happen. Jazz might as well just go ahead and have an Irish whiskey at this point, right?
Wait, Grandpa, you take a lemon drop.
I'll take a lemon drop anytime.
A toast for my brother Griffin. I could not have made it to my 21st without drinking a sip of alcohol this whole way. Without him making me feel drunk all the time on life.
Drunk on life, high on life.
I keep saying drunk on life.
How does it feel having 3 kids that are 21 and over?
When I start thinking about how old they are, and in reality, Jeanette and I started to court when we were getting at that age.
Did you just say court?
What do you want me to say? We started to bop? This is a big year. I mean, Sanders talking about graduating this year. Griffin's going to be graduating this year. Ari's going to be getting into a master's program, deciding where to go. Jazz is graduating high school this year. Yeah. Jazz has to decide what college she's going to this year. There is a lot happening this year.
You mentioned the surgery that I'm getting this year.
That seems like every year. So
total, so what happens is as time goes on, you notice that Jazz can't keep up anymore. This is not the same bubbly Jazz. Jazz starts to really have a hard time keeping up. I mean, by season 7, it's just really, really a hard time. I mean, the weight is starting to come on. There's just a lot. There's a lot.
Last year, I had the gender confirmation surgery and it didn't go too well. I had a severe case of wound separation because everything was too tight. At one point, there was no skin whatsoever, and it was literally like red flesh and wounds. I don't want to get too graphic.
How are you feeling, sweetheart? How are you?
Well, I am fully healed and recovered. In terms of the aesthetics, it doesn't look quite right. So they're going to touch it up, revise it, restructure things. I'm leaving for New York in a week to get a third procedure to make labia and just restructure everything so that it's more aesthetically pleasing.
I understand that.
To do nothing with. All right, we're going to move on because, like, we don't,
Hello, knock, knock.
Hello. What's up?
Dr. Mengele has entered the building.
How's
we doing?
How's my wonderful family?
Good to see you.
Jazz has had a very difficult surgical course. She had a very incredible first surgery. It went seemingly very well, but there were problems. And that prompted a second surgery, which I was not a part of, unfortunately. Yeah, this has been a real journey, hasn't it?
So this episode, I'm gonna let you know right now, we're gonna break it up into two. This is the consultation part, and then the next episode that I'll come out with will be the actual like surgery itself, and like the surgery itself, probably, and then the next episode after that would be like more of the healing. But anyway, when you hear this person say it went seemingly well means that this person did not get unalived because of surgery. So like that's really what that means, seemingly well, like, well, she's still here talking to me. Okay, because everything else didn't. They should have never sent that person home right away. Jazz should never went home right away, or even 2 days later. It's like redoing everything that should have been done the right way the first time. And then to say the second surgery, I wasn't there. So obviously this doctor is not going to be happy with how the way things look or whatever. Right. But had you just went, I think, with whatever Dr. Ting was saying that you should have did from the door, you wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. That's how I feel. And going even back to it even more, like was a lot of ego in the way, and this shouldn't be happening in the first place. But at least if you're going to do it, make sure that it's done in a manner where the patient gets less trauma from it.
We knew it would be tough. It turned out tougher than any of us imagined.
That's a gaslighting statement. I'm sorry.
On as a patient for surgery, we knew it was going to be a one-of-a-kind surgery. She's one of the first to have undergone complete pubertal suppression and lack of growth of the skin and other tissues, which we rely on as surgeons to do this operation. And we don't have the experience of having said we've done 50 of these. I was just not expecting her to have a complication as severe as what she did have.
I think in hindsight, we would have never sent you home from the hospital. Easy to say now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I wasn't here, when you had problems and had to go back,
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how stressful that was.
Under the circumstances, do you think it was important to you for a little mea culpa?
I'm not sure. It's nice to hear I did something, acknowledging that. On the other hand, there's the medical side and an expectation that really should have been met.
Can we take a look?
Yes.
Can we examine
let's
you?
do the examination.
Okay. So
But they have every right to talk to you like that. I mean, he's saying it. He's like, it's experimental. We haven't done as many of these before. Y'all knew that going in. So now they learn. And so with the next person they do, God forbid, right? But we know that this is what this is about. Now they'll know not to, send the person home so quick. So we make mistakes along the way until we get it right, right? The whole thing is experimental. So if there's mistakes along the way, well, oopsie daisy, because this should not be happening. I'm not even going to say the part of like living as a quote woman or whatever. I'll even let you have that. You can do that with your kid, whatever. You gave them the narrative, whatever. But this part, this huge surgery again, Jazz was feeling like I'm cool with my body right now. Jazz hasn't even seen yet what is going to happen because we had the benefit of watching this in hindsight, right? it should have never happened. That last part.
Change.
We're not doctors, but we've had a chance to actually view what went on in the OR during Jazz's first surgery. And it's pretty disconcerting in certain ways. It's like, whoa, this is what occurs while Jazz is having her surgery, and the doctors sometimes don't see eye to eye.
To see that much information about what was going on is almost information I prefer I had never seen. I will say that I feel like things should happen in a more methodical way.
This needs to advance more because we're off
This
center.
has to come down.
It can't be methodical. They don't know what they're doing, yo. First of all, let's just keep it clear. Doctors argue in the OR all the time. It's not just with Jazz is having surgery now. Doctors are arguing. Like that's not anything new. That's not. It is a discussion. So you don't know what you're getting until you go in to start your whatever procedure that you're doing. But it can't be methodically like we're gonna, everything is gonna be done a certain way that it's perfect. This is new, especially Jazz's case is new. Even if they've done children before, Jazz is still different because of the age when Jazz started getting blocked.
I mean, this is off center. See, this is tilted. So that in order to get this midline, we need to bring that down more, and that will centralize this.
I think we're saying the same thing. I'm happy. I have a good sense of what we need to do. Let me just take a picture too. Poor thing, you could be a porn star for all the photos we've taken.
The jokes are not appropriate. They're not. And the fact that somebody can't think twice to not make the joke is the problem. Just like it's not appropriate. This is my child. But anyway.
God, I'm so sorry. I did not say
We
that.
have to just keep joking around here, or otherwise we don't get through.
Right. God knows if we
Jeanette
didn't land.
handed her child over to just so they could experiment on her kid and make crazy jokes. Look at this big guy, like somebody said that they think that Jeanette actually had a crush on dude. You just never know. It's just like, oh, everything is all good to go. I don't hear the father laughing about that. That joke is not appropriate, especially considering the kind of complications and everything. The sending home early, this is not a joke. This is not really a laughing matter at all. Like it's not. That child could have really been unalive. That child could have bled out and profusely. It only takes a matter of just, it really can happen fast.
In the last 6 months, we
All
wouldn't
right,
have
I
made
guess
it.
I'll get dressed again.
You get dressed again. I am happy she has feeling in the area and the tissues have matured very nicely. But I have some concern that we can get enough mobility of the tissues that we can make the labial structures look convincing.
Now that you've seen it, do you feel good?
Feel good. The only problem is there's a limited amount of skin, but these scars now will make them better and neater. We won't make new scars.
Yeah, and I know you hate scars. I know.
I hate scars. Yeah.
So last time the major complication was dehiscence. The
Right.
stitches started coming apart. How
Right.
likely do you think that's going to happen again?
It's always possible. I have optimism that it won't need another surgery. Just
This will be the
based on
last one.
this will be the last one. But there's a certain amount of just uncertainty that you just have to account for. Okay.
I wanted to know, will I lose any sort of sensation there, nerve endings? I don't know.
There is always a chance that there could be injury to the clitoris.
Yeah. That's what
I was just gonna ask
That's the
about that.
biggest thing I'm worried about. I feel like I've already lost the aesthetics. Hopefully after this revision, it'll look good once it heals. But if I lose some of my sensation and nerve endings, I might never experience an orgasm.
I guess it's goodbye time until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's the thing here, and I think that is what ended up happening because there's still more moving around and cutting and stuff, messing with nerves, things that should not be happening again. How many times do I have to say that, right? Scars, everything. I feel like I've lost aesthetics. I've been waiting for this all my life. I mean, I don't know what kind of depression that this must have really sent beyond the chemical depression. But the fact that you, quote, have been waiting for this all your life, but really your mom told you that you have, but I really don't think you've been waiting for it all your life. And then now to see that at the end of the day, it didn't come out the way that you thought it would, because that's how life works. Everything isn't just a magic, 1, 2, 3, everything is great, kind of thing. It's just not. And I gotta hand it to Jazz. Jazz is pretty strong because this is quite the journey. This is quite the thing. And it's just really sad to look at. It really is. I'll see you guys at the next video. It will be, you know, soon. And yeah, we'll break that down, what they'll end up doing. And yeah, that'll be good. All right. I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.